Thank you for joining today's webinar, IBM Performance Management in the Industrial Market. My name is Tammy Graham. I'm a business consultant with LPA, and I'll be guiding you through our presentation. LPA is an IBM Platinum Business Partner, the highest level of partnership possible within the IBM Analytics space. We are an IBM partner by choice and are dedicated to helping industrial clients leverage IBM Analytics to drive more informed, timely business decisions. IBM is committed to innovation, extensive end-to-end analytic capabilities, and cloud leadership. Companies which lead the industry in analytics often link financial and operational performance management. Demand plans automatically update revenue plans, staffing plans automatically update divisional expense plans, and so forth across the organization. This automation creates more lead time, more foresight, as operational causes are linked to financial results. In more volatile and uncertain times, companies need reliable data and information which is timely and, most important of all, accurate. They need to have the flexibility to engage in what-if scenarios to assist them through difficult times and help steer business performance. Our solutions provide automated workflow and alerts, process reporting to help analysts automate the distribution, collection, and aggregation of forecast or reforecasted data. Security and access controls help automate and coordinate this process with the ability to provide reports with real-time visibility into the status of forecast and reforecasting. Our customers have the ability, if needed, to aggregate data from thousands of cost centers, updating driver-based, rolling forecasts on a monthly basis, and then consolidating these into corporate P&Ls, balance sheet, and cash flow projections. While this study was done a few years ago, current studies will tell you the same thing. About 50% of businesses are still using spreadsheets. Large enterprises often employ hundreds of people to manage and maintain rolling versions of documents, including Excel spreadsheets. It is these same spreadsheets that are driving the substance of a majority of presentations to boards and investors. One recent study of 1,000 CFOs and senior finance professionals found that 40% of boardrooms do not feel they have a complete view of their business. An analytic tool like Planning Analytics decreases errors in the amount of time to aggregate and prepare data. It provides immediate access to current data, which can be easily, without IT support, sliced and diced for quick analysis and business action. Organizations today are striving to ensure that their planning, budgeting, and forecasting processes include visibility, transparency, accountability, and are useful. Visibility across the process, transparency of the data, data sources, charts, and graphs, reducing risk of errors and omissions. Accountability of report owners, contributors, reviewers, and all those involved in the production process. The more collaboration and accountability, the more relevant and consistent the end product will be. Ease of use. If it's not user-friendly and intuitive, people will go back to doing things the way they did before. Excel how? In our industry, we see this often and fully understand the pitfalls of using spreadsheets. The lack of visibility, transparency, and accountability is real. The end product is often filed away, never to be seen again until next year's process, typically a budget process. Here are some examples in the public domain of spreadsheet errors and the negative repercussions. The importance I want to draw your attention to is the magnitude of these errors. Huge financial errors, yet it only took one keystroke. We talked about the pitfalls and dangers of using Excel. Let's move on to investigate the solutions IBM and LPA offer. IBM Planning Analytics provides planning, analysis, and forecasting, profitability modeling, headcount planning, demand planning, and what-if scenarios, measurement of key metrics, scorecards, and strategy management, scorecard to transaction. It is one comprehensive in-memory planning and analytic platform, in cloud or on-prem. IBM Planning Analytics Workspace performs gains in query processes and web performance. It engages end users in web, mobile, and desktop experiences. It has the ability to perform automated calculation using existing business calculations or possibly enhance what already exists. Planning Analytics Workspace opens up the world of advanced analytics to all business users. Stay tuned for new and exciting enhancements to Planning Analytics Workspace. IBM is working to have these released both in the cloud and on-prem in 2020. This slide details two use cases at LPA. Although some of the challenges were unique to each client, there was a consistency to our challenges: time-intensive, limited flexibility, and decentralized. Processes were complicated, some with multiple multi-tab Excel workbooks with all kinds of links and formulas. Processes required several manual steps to update and distribute throughout the organization. Analysis was limited, if at all. Additional processes were needed to prepare any analysis, and there was no easy way to look at trends or snapshots. Both were decentralized. Global assumptions had to be made and repeated and synced up each month. LPA was able to drastically reduce resources dedicated to these processes, generating a flexible tool allowing decision makers the ability to view scorecard and dashboard data in real time. The end product provided a tool for budget and forecast cycles. No need to rebuild the process every time. The scorecard and dashboard had drill-down capability, giving quick, accurate detail to aggregated or consolidated data. Both clients are very happy with the solutions IBM and LPA provided. We're going to take a look at and do a demonstration of Planning Analytics Workspace, but I want to qualify this short demonstration. It's very basic and generic, which I've done purposely. My intent is to engage anyone that might watch the webinar, no matter what their title or credentials. Keep in mind the complexity of the two use cases we just discussed. Planning Analytics is very powerful with capability of handling very complex demand planning, budget planning, budgeting and forecast, and HR headcount. We want everyone to relate their organization to Planning Analytics, and we hope all of you will reach out to LPA to learn more about IBM solutions for your business. Let's take a look at what IBM Planning Analytics Workspace actually looks like and learn a little bit more about it. IBM Planning Analytics is a web-based interface which provides the ability to plan, create, and analyze your data. Planning Analytics can also assist with the identification and understanding of patterns and relationships, assisting with your strategic performance management. When you first open up IBM Planning Analytics, you land on the Welcome page, and this is what it looks like. The Welcome page contains books and views that are shared with other people, or are personal and only you can see them. You can create books with content from different cubes, add visualizations, graphs and charts, analyze and model data, and save your content for easy retrieval. Books contain related data in the form of views, web sheets, scorecards, visualizations, graphics, videos, and embedded web. Planning Analytics allows you to pull data from multiple sources, like your production line, HR resources, or other critical operations within your company. Planning Analytics has processes that can be automated to pull data in and aggregate it to one place, giving managers and executives real-time indicators to review and take action upon. Another unique feature is the ability to create and use business rules within the data. For example, net and gross have different meanings to different managers. Planning Analytics provides the ability to build critical business rules, ensuring consistency and accuracy throughout the organization. And after budgets are done, we're all looking to that rolling forecast, where the budget is actualized through a point in time and then business rules forecasted out to the end of your fiscal year. We will talk a little more about Planning Analytics and its ability to assist with forecasting and what-if scenarios later in the demonstration. Let's keep moving. Scorecards allow you to easily identify trends. Red are those areas which need focus and possibly additional action. Yellow are areas which may need attention, and green are those trends where an organization is experiencing success. Planning Analytics has the ability to provide cause and effect analysis, demonstrating negative and positive flow within the analysis. Scorecards and metrics are based upon strategic goals specific to your business. Here's another example of scorecards with metrics. Impact diagram and history chart for metrics at the bottom. Charts and graphs allow for quick identification of great success or possibly an area of concern. While numbers do all the talking, charts and graphs do all the communication. As you can see, it's very obvious from this graph that payroll expense is the largest expense, with occupancy and depreciation following the second and third. It's much easier to identify with proper visualization than to read through reports filled with line after line of numbers. Planning Analytics continues to improve upon their charts and graphs in Cloud version 58, which is local version 57, and has expanded the choice to include the much desired waterfall and bullet charts. Look for our new webinar highlighting significant enhancements coming in 2020. Let's talk about a specific example of planning analytics and how it allows insight of key indicators and can assist with your strategic performance management. I think it is also important to talk about the type of data we will be looking at and the expectation of action we might see. There is historical data, which usually causes a reaction, and there is forecast and what-if scenario data, which provides knowledge to change an outcome. The first example will be using historical data. Then we will look at forecast and what-if scenario data. Our first demonstration using historical data is to allow you to see the ease of drilling down into data to find additional detail. Let's say we are a regional VP and we are looking at sales for our region. When we start looking at the data, we immediately have a question in our mind. I thought Southern Europe outperformed Central Europe. We can see, looking at both the data and the graphs, that just the opposite has occurred. So the regional VP decides to dig a little deeper and expand Southern Europe sales. He reviews Greece and Italy and decides that they appear to be accurate. He then decides to change his view from sales and takes a look at gross margin, hoping this information will give insight into the performance of Southern Europe versus Central Europe. Negative gross margin is not what anyone wants to see, and it is a little bit ugly, but it does stir the regional VP's memory. Ah, that's right. Southern Europe had difficulty delivering product and was forced to use a very expensive shipping vessel. Any level of drill down can be accomplished, even going all the way down to the general ledger account detail if necessary. We chose to only show down to this level to save on time. It's important to note that the data we are viewing is linked in that as I change my selection from sales to gross margin, the graphs or other visualizations are linked behind the scenes. As you change the selectors, the graph would continue to change as well. It can also be set to not be linked. Our regional VP has expanded his view of the data to show production by vehicle line. He was curious about what types of vehicles are producing a positive gross margin. He could also change the production lines or possibly look at gross margin by month. Here we can see that sales by product by line by month. He decided to change the visualization to a tree map. Any view can be changed to a visualization which is more intuitive to you, and after making the changes you can save this view and data content to your personal folder. When you save to your personal folder, it can only be viewed by you. No one is able to change the content of the items in your personal folder. Then the next month when you want to look at the results, you can go directly to your personal folder to find this particular view. I mentioned earlier there are two types of data: historical data, which usually causes a reaction, and forecast and what-if data, which provides knowledge to possibly change an outcome. Let's talk more about forecasting and what-if scenarios. You can see here I have chosen to look at total units by production line. I am curious what this would look like if I changed the total units to 5 million. It's important to note that historical and actual data does not allow you to change it. Obviously, you would not want to change actuals. However, given this is our forecast or what-if data, let's key in 5 million for total production units and see what our data tells us. First thing I notice, sales goes from 32 million to 119 million. Huge jump. You can also see that when I keyed in the 5 million, Planning Analytics knew how to prorate the units to the different production lines. This prorating is based on historical data and artificial intelligence within Workspace. While this view is only showing how it would affect production lines and sales, we could increase our view and look at resources and how we would need to build our talent on each product line to accommodate this increase in sales. Artificial intelligence is a key component of planning analytics, predictive analytics. I copied a small snippet from an IBM website. Here's what IBM had to say about its AI development. We need AI that combines different forms of knowledge, unpacks casual relationships, and learns new things on its own. In short, AI must have fluid intelligence, and that's exactly what AI research teams are building. To achieve our vision, we'll have to make significant strides in algorithm development while improving our AI engineering tools and hardware. It's obvious that IBM is dedicated to its customers and will continue to develop and improve planning analytics AI technology. Let's talk more about IBM and why they make a difference. When you utilize IBM solutions for performance management, it allows you to drive pervasive engagement and alignment over your entire organization. It allows you to scale expertise with its advanced analytics. Cloudability allows leverage to accelerate your journey to the cloud, increasing speed and scale. Three key concepts of modern strategic performance management. We discussed IBM. Let's discuss how LPA can help your organization. We have four major business lines: business intelligence, advanced analytics, financial and operational performance, and information management. LPA has seasoned consultants in each business area, most consultants having 10 plus years of experience. We have worked with large companies and small companies and are very good at helping clients recognize where their focus needs to be. To provide more value, we can create a personalized demo, identify a use case to get started, implement solutions, and enable your team with business, analytic, financial, or informational management tool they need most. We can also assist with strategy planning, migration, upgrades, license and renewal assessments, as well as training. Let's discuss what LPA believes performance management is, and why it's important to your organization. We believe it is monitoring, managing, and planning activities across your entire organization, not just one focus area. It is strategic and it is much more than a budgeting tool. It gives the ability to perform many of the processes across the organization, such as headcount planning in HR, campaign analysis and marketing, or revenue forecasting and sales. These all are material contributors and have a direct impact on revenue and cost, which drives bottom line profitability. Everyone in an organization needs to plan effectively, and how they allocate their resources, whether it's people, marketing dollars, or production capacity, all have financial and strategic impact on the overall organization's performance. Collectively, every facet of the organization is preparing for what is to come. Or to put it another way, they're creating a future organization. In summary, IBM Performance Management provides a platform to connect processes from strategic operational plans and forecast to monitoring execution. It brings finance and operations together, applies predictive analytics, gaining insight into factors that impact business decisions. IBM Planning Analytics provides an environment of flexibility and agility to cope with rapidly changing business conditions which exist in our world today. This slide recaps the many areas that LPA can assist with your organization. As always, thank you for taking time from your busy schedule. We appreciate your time and consideration. We hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Tammy and the LPA team.